RAUSCH Games! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Verizon Center, the phone booth in downtown Washington, D.C., the home of your Washington Wizards, your Washington Capitals, the Georgetown Hoyas. We've got over 16,000 fans here tonight for WWE Raw. We are just past the halfway point in this month of May. We are in the week where we're coming up to our NXT Over the Limit pay-per-view, but tonight we've got the red brand on Monday night, and we're opening up our 5-match card with a big-time tag team match for the ages. We have the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savage teaming up together for the first time in this year's Universe mode. They're taking on the Rhodes family, Cody in the ring now, his father Dusty on the outside. As we mentioned in our match card preview on Reddit over at reddit.com/RAUSCHGames, well, Cody and Dusty, they've looked really cool so far as a team. The fans are squarely behind them, but last week on SmackDown, on this past Friday night, neither of them had a really good run of things. Cody lost a one-fall match to Christian, and Dusty lost a triple threat against both Virgil and Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. So in this tag team match, they are looking for a win against the Mega Powers. We haven't seen Hogan do much other than win one-fall matches. He was, according to the arbiters hired by Vince McMahon to judge these kind of things, he was the technical #1 contender to the WWE Championship for quite a few weeks there. Apparently, the Undertaker has taken that over, despite the fact that John Cena will have a championship match against Dolph Ziggler at Over the Limit next Sunday evening. And as we know, the Macho Man has been deeply engrossed in the hunt for Dean Ambrose's United States Championship. Here's the tag to the Macho Man. We'll have a little bit of double team here from Hogan and Macho, sending Dusty into the ropes, and a double back body drop to the big man, the American Dream there. Macho on Dusty now into a side headlock. Macho's had some mind games played against him by Ambrose in recent weeks. Most recently, last Monday night on Raw, we saw Macho in a match against Yokozuna that Ambrose interfered in from the very beginning, attacking Macho Man before the opening bell could be rung. But it went to no avail as Macho did fight it off and eventually win against Yokozuna. Ambrose not happy about that. And in an ironic twist, the United States Champion Dean Ambrose tonight will have a huge match against Yokozuna, non-title later on. And up top, there's a big-time superplex from Dusty Rhodes to the Macho Man. The Rhodes family trying to fight out of the dominance of the Mega Powers here early on. So, heading into tonight, that is the story with the United States Championship. Ambrose and Yokozuna taking each other on. Macho Man in action here. We're also going to have some Divas action coming up next. Wait, there's Dusty set up. And there's the sit-down pile driver. Unbelievable. Right on the head of the Macho Man. But Macho reversing right out with a punch to the face. And a stalling snapmare neckbreaker Johnny Roo from the Macho Man. He sends Cody off the apron. And now Macho in a side headlock here has Dusty's arm over at a big-time snap suplex. And the Macho Man is getting the crowd up behind him here in Washington. We'll also have those Divas, as I mentioned. It's going to be a triple threat match between Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, and Lita. That's coming up next. We will see the Undertaker taking on Wade Barrett one-on-one in our third match of the evening. Haven't seen either of them since the Undertaker put Barrett through the center of the ring last week on Superstars in an explosion of flames. Luckily, Barrett was okay enough to come back tonight and have another match against the Undertaker, whether or not he actually wants to. It seems as though the Undertaker has challenged Barrett to an Inferno match at Over the Limit next week. Barrett has yet to mention it. He has yet to mention anything after the attack last week during his little speech on Superstars. Our fourth match, as mentioned, will be Dean Ambrose versus Yokozuna, and you have to think that the Macho Man, active here, is going to be watching that match pretty actively backstage. And there's Macho with Cody up and a huge body slam. And now Macho signaling to the crowd. He's going to head up top. Hogan knocks Dusty off the apron. Macho points toward the sky. There's the elbow drop into the chest of Cody Rhodes. Macho for the pin now. Ref's got to drop. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Dusty gets in at the last minute. Everyone is in the ring here. Hogan couldn't keep Dusty out, and the pin is broken up. The ref tells the Rhodes brothers, the Rhodes family, to knock it off, and we're going to move on in the match here. Cody now swinging the neck around, neck breaker on the Macho Man, and Cody crawls across the ring for a hot tag. Dusty is in the ring, and he's going to lay out Macho. No, Macho reverses, spins around it. But now Dusty Rhodes into a drop toe hold. And this evening's main event, it's going to be another one. These guys have done nothing but main event Raw for the past 2 months. John Cena, Dolph Ziggler. We're going to have a non-title Falls Count Anywhere match, as there's a reverse chinlock applied by Dusty Rhodes, but Macho gets out of it. Both tag team partners end up in the ring, and there's Macho Man with a big-time atomic drop on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He's again getting the crowd behind him, stomp on him while he's down. Cena promised this month would become personal between he and Ziggler as he goes toward winning back his WWE Championship at their rematch at Over the Limit that has yet to have any sort of stipulation. But if I were to assign one, I would predict an I Quit match inbound. Macho Man kicks out of the pinfall from Dusty Rhodes there. The only way to make something personal is to make it vicious. And tonight, in our non-title main event, here's a surfboard stretch applied by Dusty. We're going to have John Cena and Dolph Ziggler taking each other on in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Dolph Ziggler spent all last month making it personal. Again, Dusty Rhodes going for the submission, this time the full Nelson. But again, Hogan in the ring helps Macho get out of it. So we will see that Falls Count Anywhere match later on. Dolph Ziggler spent all last month proving that he could take it. He could dish it out in Extreme Rules and personal matches. John Cena now has to show that he can bring it in that fashion and get away from his fan service that he's been known for over the past decade plus here in WWE. And now there's an armbar from the Macho Man locked in on Dusty Rhodes, a submission of his own, but Cody's in to break it up. This is devolving into a submission fest here, ladies and gentlemen. Macho up with punches, misses the kick to the gut, and there's an STO from Dusty Rhodes. Elbow drop to the knee there. Dusty for the pin. Macho's going to kick out at 1. We're going to have more happen in this match. We've got a collar and elbow between these two in the center of the ring, and Dusty comes out on top, a little bit stronger than the Macho Man. Elbow to the back of the head, and now Dusty's going to send him into the ropes. Nope, back into another drop toe hold, and Dusty is kind of dictating the cadence of this match, slamming the knee of Macho Man down in the center of the ring. Another pinfall here. Macho again easily going to kick out. And another collar and elbow tie-up in the center of the ring. And again, that's Dusty Rhodes on top into a snapmare. And another surfboard stretch applied, working on the arms and chest of Macho Man. But Hulk Hogan gets into the ring to break it up, wearing his rare all-red Hulkster gear. And now Dusty with another full Nelson applied here. Macho Man's going to have to give up eventually, but it looks like he is going to end up fighting his way out of this one. Dusty's losing his grip. Hogan chose to spend his time on the outside of the ring taking care of Cody Rhodes during that. And now there's Macho twisting the arm of Dusty around, and Macho Man going for the hot tag. He gets Hulk Hogan in the ring, and Hogan going to lay out Dusty, hulking up across the ring, and he knocks Cody all the way off the apron. Unbelievable maneuver from Hulk Hogan there. Cody just flew through the air, but now Dusty is up with a reverse elbow. Hogan throws Dusty off and hits him with a running DDT. And now Hogan going for the pin on Dusty Rhodes here after that DDT. 1. Oh, but Cody is in the ring. And now Hogan has him in a side headlock here. And there's a big punch to the head of Dusty Rhodes. And now Hogan off the ropes. Big time Hulk Hogan leg drop. Macho Man lays out Cody. Pinfall coming in. 1, 2, 3. The Mega Powers get the win over the Rhodes family. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man continue to impress here on Raw. Teaming up together for the first time. They take out the fan favorite duo of Cody and Dusty here. There's that huge backdrop that opened up the match, ladies and gentlemen. Now, both men, they've got very impressive singles careers here. Hulk Hogan chasing after Dolph Ziggler's WWE Championship in his own way. The Macho Man seeking to destroy Dean Ambrose next Sunday at Over the Limit. This tag team match is going to do a lot of good for both of them, where the Rhodes brothers need to regroup. They looked good. They ended up winning a dark tag match against the $1 Million Corporation 2 weeks ago on Superstars, but they really haven't done much since then. They've got to do better. Heading into King of Trios next month, they want good seeding in that tournament. Here are the Mega Powers, though. They show why they're going to be good. They'll be teaming up with Razor Ramon in that King of Trios next month, guys. We're going to have to look out for them. We'll be right back for our next match. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Verizon Center, the phone booth in Washington, D.C. We've got a triple threat Divas match here tonight. Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Lita taking each other on here. We haven't seen Lita at all since last month when she was heavily involved in the strange love triangle between Caitlyn and her former flame Edge. She couldn't quite let go of the fact that her and Edge used to date, and she couldn't deal with the fact that Edge was now dating Caitlyn. Well, Edge and Caitlyn are still together. They are purportedly very, very happy. Lita has taken some time off after losing to Natalya the same week that Natalya beat Caitlyn heading into Extreme Rules last month. And now she's here to focus on her career, apparently. She's ready to focus on hunting for AJ Lee's Divas Championship yet again, without forgetting that she does not like Caitlyn all that much. And the Bella Twins, while they probably would prefer not to be facing each other in this triple threat match, well, they're also interested in chasing after that Divas Championship as Brie kind of pulls off to the side, and Nikki now copies the move working on the arm of Lita. Great teamwork there from the Bella Twins. They wouldn't want to face each other, but they did come into the WWE at the same time. Oh, there's an STO and Russian leg sweep combo onto Nikki Bella. Brie taking part there. They don't want to have to fight each other, but they will do it to get their careers going, as they have not had a match since they re-signed their WWE contracts and came back into the fold with Big E Langston all those weeks ago, where Big E has gone on to have at least a few matches on the bottom of the card here on Raw. The Bellas have not been featured at all yet, so they'll take whatever they can get, and it happens to be a big match trying to beat Lita as well. Lita with the snapmare to Brie Bella. Nikki up going for a stomp on her twin there. Now Lita working from behind on Brie. Lita's going to send her into the ropes. And speaking of Divas and the championship and the Divas division at large, well, we know what's happening next Sunday at Over the Limit. We are going to see AJ Lee versus Natalya in a match for the Divas Championship. It is the first time that the belt will be defended here in our universe mode. Natalya spent all of last month proving to the world that she deserved at least a shot at AJ Lee's championship, and the shot was not granted. Even though Natalya, in the week leading up to Extreme Rules, won not one, but two #1 contenders matchups against Lita and Caitlyn, respectively, on that Raw and SmackDown, she was not featured at all in the pay-per-view, and was pretty angry about it, considering that Dean Ambrose's United States Championship was defended in a triple threat match against two men who had not had any sort of #1 contenders match between them. And Lita, wait, crouching up top. She looks like she's going to go after one of the Bellas here, and she misses a leg drop and lands in between them as Brie low blows her sister Nikki, something I have never seen a a sister and sister do to each other here. And now Nikki going for the pin. Brie is going to kick out. Lita misses the senton there. Now Nikki from behind gets an elbow to the face into a jawbreaker from Lita. And now Lita going for the pin, but Brie is going to kick out there. Nikki going for the headlock. And now the twins both working a neck breaker against Lita. And there is Nikki slamming the arm of Lita down. And now Nikki twists the arm of Brie and gets her into a single arm snapmare into a reverse chin lock. And Lita's up with an elbow drop to break it up. Well, this month, two weeks, the end of next week, next Sunday, we will be at Over the Limit. And we will have Natalya taking on AJ Lee, despite the fact that Natalya almost got herself fired, complaining to Vince McMahon about the lack of a match for the Divas Championship. Oh, and there's Brie Bella with the Bella Buster. Lita goes face first. And now Nikki thinks she's going to steal the pin, but there is Brie now working from behind into a face buster again, that time kind of a two-arm bulldog, and now going for the pin on her sister, but it's barely a one count as Lita is still dead. There's a running DDT from Brie to Nikki. Lita is up holding her head, Brie twisting her arm around, and now Brie has her up into a backbreaker over her knee. Now working on the arm of Lita once again. That's the strategy here by both sisters, working the arms down so Lita can't hold in any kind of submissions at all. But even though Vince McMahon was not happy with Natalya after she stormed into his office 2 weeks ago on Superstars to complain, he has granted a title match, and AJ Lee has spent this whole month huge Hurricane Rana from Lita to Nikki Bella, and now Brie from behind, going to have elbows to the shoulder. Daniel Bryan taught her this move, ladies and gentlemen. But now, go elbow to the face from Lita to Brie. And now Lita from behind. And there's a reverse swinging neck breaker. And now Nikki going to steal the pin on her sister, but Lita does break it up. This match is getting pretty big now, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd's getting into this for sure. This Divas division is a lot of fun to watch at times. Lita now picking up Brie Bella. And there's the twist of fate from Lita. I think. I can never tell what Hardy-inspired move she's using next. And now Nikki is picking Brie up off the mat. And slowly spins her around for a neck breaker there. They're focusing on the neck and the head of Brie Bella here between Lita and Nikki. So AJ Lee has spent this whole month. Oh, there's a full Nelson from Lita. Nikki's going to have to break out of it. Brie is dead on the mat. She can't do anything to break it up, and Nikki can't get to the ropes, but Nikki is going to break out, and I'm going to continue my story about the Divas title. AJ has spent the whole month getting in the head of Natalya. Natalya recently had a match against Caitlyn on SmackDown that Lita interfered in, and Natalya took the count-out loss to attack AJ Lee on the entrance ramp. Oh, and there's Brie up. Nikki doesn't see it, and Brie takes her out. And now Brie going toward Lita. And she's got her once again. The Bella Buster. Face first to the mat goes Lita. And now there's a running DDT from Brie to Nikki. All Nikki has to do is pin Lita here. The ref is going to get into it. 1, 2, 3. That's your match, ladies and gentlemen. Brie Bella steals a huge victory. She takes out the leg of her own sister, Nikki, when Nikki was sizing up her own Bella Buster on Lita. Brie slides in, hits the maneuver on Lita, takes her sister out with a DDT, and steals the victory. That is a huge one. And while Natalya and AJ Lee are going to head into next Sunday taking each other on for the Divas Championship, Brie Bella may very well have just put herself in the running for it after this month. Unbelievable victory for the Bella Twin. They said they didn't want to fight each other before the show went on the air, but they also reminded us that all bets were off once they did get into the ring. They knew that their singles careers were on the line, and I guess Nikki Bella is just going to have to go back and console herself with her boyfriend, John Cena, before his huge match against the WWE Champion later on tonight. We will be right back for our third match, guys. Undertaker, Wade Barrett. You don't want to miss this. And here we go, guys, back in Washington, D.C. We're ready for the third chapter in one of the most, pardon the pun, fiery rivalries in the WWE today. Wade Barrett and The Undertaker, and the Phenom, the Dead Man, the guy with an ability to shave off and regrow his hair at a pace more rapid than anybody I've ever seen before, coming back to take on Wade Barrett. The last time we saw these two was Superstars last week, where Barrett was in the ring, in this ring, right in the center, cutting a promo against The Undertaker, challenging him to a match at Over the Limit, because the fans wouldn't get off of Wade Barrett's case about not being able to beat The Undertaker in either of the first 2 weeks of this month of May. He was saying he would take him on in any match. The Undertaker just had to name the stipulation, and that Wade Barrett would finally shut all of his boo birds up and defeat the Dead Man once and for all. There's Wade Barrett with a nice reversal into a Russian leg sweep. Well, we all know what happened next. The Undertaker came up from underneath the ring, right through the center of it, stalked Wade Barrett, chokeslammed him through the hole in the ring, and a gigantic wave of flame burst forth into the arena. Everybody was worried. There were serious thoughts of fears of everything about the health of Wade Barrett right after that incident, and it was confirmed that he was okay, that the flames were just a visual effect put forth by The Undertaker. There's Barrett escaping the ring right now, egging on the crowd to get more boos his way as he takes on The Undertaker here, and we've got a big German suplex from him on the outside that The Undertaker walked right into. Barrett slides back up. Barrett was okay. He was hurt after, of course, falling. He misses the tackle through the ropes there. I mean, he fell 15 feet to the floor of the arena through the ring, and there's all kind of weapons and weird things under there. But he was okay, no real burns, nothing. It was a psychological trick imposed by The Undertaker, but it appears as though The Undertaker has accepted the challenge for Over the Limit, and in fact challenged Wade Barrett to an Inferno match, something we have not seen in a very long time, for good reason. Very unnecessarily dangerous matches, but this rivalry that really just started as a random match on Raw the night after Extreme Rules 2 weeks ago. Huge back body drop from The Undertaker, and Barrett's down. There's a big leg drop from the Dead Man. Well, this rivalry has escalated, and it is out of control. Barrett has lost both matches so far, but has run his mouth so much that he has angered the Dead Man, and we know through past experience that once a human being angers the Dead Man, well, there's usually no coming back from that until the Dead Man puts him in a box, lights him on fire, or ends their career at WrestleMania. So we're going to head into Over the Limit, and these two apparently will have a match And if the Undertaker has his way, it is indeed going to be an Inferno match. The ring will be on fire. We have yet to have confirmation of that from either Wade Barrett or a WWE booking official. But when we do, there's a huge big boot, and Barrett falls into the steel stairs as the ref gets his count going on. And now the Undertaker just dominating this match as he's dominated them all so far this month. Barrett and the Undertaker both back in, and another big back body drop from the Undertaker to Wade Barrett. It seems as though it's a foregone conclusion that we will indeed see an Inferno match at Over the Limit, and we just have to worry for the well-being of the bare-knuckle brawler Wade Barrett here. The Undertaker, as we found out last week through our Reddit programming, our off-programming Reddit text updates, the Undertaker has been named the official #1 contender for Dolph Ziggler's WWE Championship based on his victories against Wade Barrett so far this month. They've been impressive enough that the arbiters hired by Vincent K. McMahon. Oh, and wait, the Undertaker has Barrett set up. That the arbiters have agreed that the Undertaker is there. And there's that huge last ride. But Barrett is indeed going to get out of the ring here. Not taking any chances in the ring with the Undertaker after the last ride. No way, no how. He's just going to stay out here and get the crowd behind him. Now running at the Undertaker. Undertaker with another giant back body drop, but he misses a lariat. His instinct's wrong there. So if the Undertaker gets through this feud with Wade Barrett, he may very well have a chance at that WWE Championship next month at Money in the Bank. There's the tombstone on the floor of the arena, and now Wade Barrett is dead on the outside. But actually, he's going to slide the Undertaker back up into the ring, taking advantage of the stall here on the outside. And now Barrett getting ready for something big, but the Undertaker working from behind. The Undertaker's got a full Nelson locked in from out of nowhere. And Barrett has lost consciousness after that tombstone. He's dropped to the ring. Undertaker wins by submission. The ref just lost any signs of life from Wade Barrett. Barrett tried to mount a comeback there, but a tombstone on the floor of the arena right after a last ride. There's no way you're coming back from that. We're going to have to see what happens with their matchup if they end up having one at Over the Limit. It appears as though they definitely do. We have marketed it as such. We're just waiting to hear confirmation from Wade Barrett. He's now lost 3 in a row against The Undertaker on Raw. And, I mean, if I'm him, I don't take this match at the pay-per-view. I swallow my pride and I walk away with my tail between my legs because I don't want to die in the ring. But The Undertaker has bigger thoughts here. He wants to get through Barrett and see what's coming up next. We've got our 4th match coming up, guys. United States Champion Dean Ambrose. He's going to be taking on Yokozuna in a non-title match coming up. We'll see you for that. And here we are, guys, our 4th match from the Verizon Center. Big arm drag from Dean Ambrose as Yokozuna runs at him. This will be a non-title match between the United States Champion Dean Ambrose and Yokozuna. If you're just joining us for this month of May, this halfway point, just past the halfway point, I should say, then you've been missing out on Dean Ambrose's story so far. What we know about him, last month at Extreme Rules, he had a random title defense against JBL and Eddie Guerrero in a triple threat Falls Count Anywhere match. He won that by the skin of his teeth and defended his championship, but the next night on Raw, the Macho Man Randy Savage let it be known that he felt he would be a much better United States Champion. He called down Dean Ambrose. They had a match that main evented that show on Raw, and the Macho Man did end up beating Dean Ambrose. Ambrose didn't want any part of it. They ended up another match, another win for the Macho Man. No, I'm sorry. Last week, the Macho Man ends up in a match against Yokozuna here, and after declaring that he wanted a match against Ambrose at the pay-per-view, Ambrose only accepted the match after watching the Macho Man lose to CM Punk in the main event of Superstars 2 weeks ago, just days after the Macho Man beat Ambrose on Raw. Ambrose would punches the Yokozuna here. Ambrose was waiting to see a sign of weakness to know whether or not he should accept the title challenge for Over the Limit coming up in 2 weeks' time. And now Yokozuna stomping down on the back of Dean Ambrose, picking him up now. Going for a side headlock, working from behind now. Nice agility from Yokozuna into a Russian leg sweep. So Macho did lose to CM Punk. He did lose to CM Punk in that match, and Dean Ambrose saw it as a sign of weakness. Ambrose accepted the title match, Then last Monday night on Raw, Macho Man was in a one-fall match against Yokozuna, where Dean Ambrose attacked him. Nice big leg-sweeping DDT there, and Yokozuna's on the outside. Ambrose going to head back up into the ring. This is a one-fall match. Rules do apply here. Yokozuna being counted by the referee. Dean Ambrose attacked the Macho Man before the match, slamming his head into the steel stairs of the ring. But the Macho Man persevered and ended up getting a huge win over Yokozuna, who just hit Ambrose with a gigantic leg drop. Unbelievable amount of man coming down across Ambrose's neck. But there's a big bulldog from Ambrose on the outside, on the floor of the arena here. And now Ambrose spins Yokozuna behind, gets both of his arms behind him, lifts him up. Look at the strike from Dean Ambrose, slamming him down. Unbelievable maneuver from the United States champion on the sumo superstar. Macho Man ends up beating Yokozuna. And now tonight, it's Ambrose versus Yoko in a non-title match. We saw Macho Man earlier on winning in a tag team match with his partner Hulk Hogan against the Rhodes family as kind of an advertisement for the upcoming King of Trios event that both will be featured in. Ambrose's Shield will also be in that event. And now Ambrose, there's that reverse snapmare from Ambrose to Yokozuna. And now Ambrose is stomping on Yoko while he's down. But wait a second, you can't hear it, but that is the Macho Man's entrance music playing, and Yokozuna is up behind him. You can't hear it because I turned it off because I don't like copyright strikes. And now Yokozuna gets the upper hand in the match, and Yoko has Ambrose up over his shoulder, and we've seen this before. He throws him across the ring, and Ambrose is down. The Macho Man playing mind games. There's Yoko sitting out across the chest of Dean Ambrose. And now Yokozuna has his arm locked around and slams all of his body weight down on Ambrose's shoulder. Yoko for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Ambrose does indeed kick out. That was the Macho Man's music that we heard, ladies and gentlemen. The Macho Man did not come out. Ambrose was distracted. He looked like he had the match locked up after hitting his finisher there. But the Macho Man with mind games going to show Dean Ambrose what it is to be paranoid and crazy. These two are a perfect match for each other, and I really hope that this rivalry extends beyond their match at Over the Limit. There's Yokozuna, big belly to belly after the reversal there, and now Ambrose has to slide out of the ring one more time. He's got to try to get through the boos of the crowd. He's signaling backstage with a gun. Wait, there is the Macho Man. The Macho Man did come out. The Macho Man is out at ringside. He did come out after his music played. And I don't know what's happening. He's down. I don't know what's happening to the Macho Man. He looks like he's trying to run away here. He throws Ambrose into the ring. Yokozuna goes up after him. And now Yoko running at Ambrose in the corner. Hits him with the avalanche there. And now from behind on Ambrose gets a headbutt to the back of the neck. It looks like the Macho Man and Yokozuna are in cahoots despite their match last week. Or at least the Macho Man is making sure Ambrose is done here. There is a 1 count. I can't believe the Macho Man actually came out to the ring. There's a face scrub from Ambrose to Yokozuna. And another one-hand bulldog. And Ambrose heading outside of the ring again. The Macho Man has exited the ring area. Ambrose is making sure that he is indeed gone. And now Yokozuna follows him out. But Ambrose again from behind has Yoko up and slams him down on his chest and his face. Again, lures him outside. He's going to head up inside the ring. And he is just going to wait for this one. The ref is counting. Yokozuna making his way in. Ambrose does not get the shoulder tackle on the ropes there. Yokozuna into the side headlock. Completely misses the elbow there. But now Yokozuna hits Ambrose with a forearm to the back into a clothesline, sending Ambrose over to the mat. Now Yokozuna picks him up, and Ambrose is woozy here. Yokozuna sends him backwards into the turnbuckle. And now with a pump handle, throwaway slam, Ambrose rolling all the way across the ring. And now Yokozuna lifts him up again, and Ambrose looks like he's just out of this. Yoko has him up by the legs into a sidewalk slam there. Ambrose's back is hurting. The Macho Man has done a number on him in this match without actually having to do anything. There's a modified judo throw there. And Yoko just taking complete control. He's going to throw Ambrose into the turnbuckle again. And he's got Ambrose into the turnbuckle. Has him down. Dragging him back toward it. We know what this is going to be. Get ready for the bonsai. Dean Ambrose. Yokozuna from the second rope. The crowd wants it. And butt first into the chest of Dean Ambrose. 1, 2, 3. Yokozuna with a win over the United States champion. The Macho Man gave him no chance here. He let himself get distracted when he heard the music play, and then when he escaped the ring, the Macho Man was waiting for him, giving Yokozuna all the advantage he needed. The refs saw none of it, and the Macho Man let Dean Ambrose know tonight that he is in his head, man. Oh, man, these two are perfect for each other with the mind games. And now we just have to sit back and wait one more week and a few days, and we will see them clash for that United States Championship at Over the Limit coming up next Sunday. Unbelievable match here. Yokozuna with a big win. His second win over a champion since we started this universe mode. But Ambrose, for some reason, is celebrating after the match, and it makes no sense. This is an improper cutscene, but there is the Macho Man again. He was hiding backstage, and he's going to give Ambrose a slow clap. And here we are, John Cena being attacked by Dolph Ziggler on the ramp. You want a personal month, you got a personal month here, John Cena. Dolph Ziggler taking on Cena. Dolph the champion, John Cena the challenger. Not something we were saying this time last month. It was quite the opposite. But Ziggler rose up at Extreme Rules and took out Cena despite the fact that the crowd may not have liked it. This is a feud that is redefining the traditional definitions of heel and face, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd loves Dolph Ziggler despite his quote-unquote bad guy status. The crowd hates John Cena despite his babyface superhero status. And this month, especially in the wake of losing his title to Dolph Ziggler at Extreme Rules last month in that one fall match that headlined the show. There we go. We're going to get into the ring, and frankly, I don't know if this match has started yet. Because they were both on the outside. It appears as though it has. It appears as though it has. Either way, whatever. We're in the ring. There's a modified fireman carry from Dolph Ziggler. But this month, despite the fact that last month was the Dolph Ziggler show leading up to the pay-per-view, he had Cena where he wanted him. He showed Cena he wasn't afraid to go extreme, where Cena's matches against Ziggler were largely traditional by-the-book affairs. This month, it's been all about John Cena shedding his superhero tactics. He came out to the world on Superstars and he said, you know what, Ziggler? You want it personal? I'm going to make it personal. I'm going to show you what it is. And that's what this match tonight was supposed to be. Cena, last week on Raw, beat Ziggler fair and square after surprising him the week prior. The night after Extreme Rules, it was supposed to be Ziggler versus Sergeant Slaughter on Raw. Cena came out and made a switch with Sergeant Slaughter. They were in it together. There's Ziggler with a nice rollover neck breaker there. But Ziggler did beat him. Last week on Raw, Cena ends up getting the win. Goes on to Superstars the week prior, says he's going to make it personal. Now we've got a Falls Count Anywhere match where mostly no rules apply. It's going to be a bloody match here tonight between the champion and his challenger, as they are scheduled for a rematch at Over the Limit. We've mentioned it. We're excited about it. They stole last month's programming from the rest of the roster, ladies and gentlemen. Their matches were great. Their promos were great. Heading into the pay-per-view, we had no idea what was going to happen, and Ziggler ended up getting the win against Cena. And there is a zigzag already in this match. Ziggler for the pin. 1, 2. Ooh, Cena had to dig deep there, and he just barely hung on in this match. Ziggler coming into this one with a head of steam. He's not going to let last week's loss affect this rivalry moving forward. Misses the super kick there, and Cena clotheslines him awkwardly. His leg bent away. I don't think Ziggler meant for. Cena heading under the ring now, but Ziggler's going to meet him, and he breaks up the weapon that he was going after. Cena throws him off, though, with a stomp. The ref is out of the ring. Falls and submissions are going to count anywhere in this match. Ziggler with a roll-up outside. 1, 2. 2 count, and Cena does kick out. And now Ziggler going in with punches and a kick. Misses the drop kick. Cena been scouting out that combo forever now. There's a pin from Cena, but Ziggler is going to kick out. Cena's got to do a bit more work here. He's got a series of punches, and now he's got a side headlock to Ziggler, twisting the arm around. And now he's got him up. Big-time body slam from the former WWE Champion, who just wants nothing more than his title back. And Ziggler again, roll up, 2. And Cena again kicking out at 2. Ziggler runs at him. Famouser on the outside. And the fans look pretty excited. John Cena appears to be bleeding from his head there. and now he messes up Ziggler getting a weapon. Ziggler got too caught up actually looking for it, couldn't decide what he wanted. Cena rolls him up into the ring, and he's holding his head after that, but now he's got an elbow to the face of Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler now rolling out of the ring, and he's going to stalk John Cena, who slides back up inside. And now Ziggler from behind on John Cena has his arm over and gets him up big time, twisting back suplex through the steel stairs. It appears as though the ref actually knocked him askew. And Ziggler comes up with a sledgehammer, but Cena breaks that up into a Luthez press, raining down punches on the face of Dolph Ziggler. These two hate each other, ladies and gentlemen. Ziggler kicking out of a pinfall there. Ziggler wants to leave Over the Limit next week as your WWE Champion. Cena wants that belt back. Ziggler has yet to even defend it, and now he's outside of the ring, twisting the arm of Cena around. Cena with a knee to the gut of Ziggler, and another one. But Ziggler again with the roll-up. 1, 2. Cena kicks out. Ziggler's not going to get it that way. And now Cena with his own pin, but Ziggler kicks out of that. Great technical maneuver there from the two of these guys. Ziggler with the arm around, gets the shoulder breaker on John Cena, and now has the sledgehammer to the gut of Cena, and runs at him and hits him in the face while he's going down, and then the back of the head. And this is where the rivalry is insane right now. Ziggler has just gone off on John Cena, twisting the arm around now, and again with a sit-out shoulder breaker on the former champ, and a jumping DDT through the announcer's table. Sends Cena down. Here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. That's how Dolph Ziggler's going to win it. The DDT through the announcer's table. We got to get a replay on that. It was very, very sudden, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier on in the match, there's Ziggler, the zigzag inside the ring from the champ to the challenger. On the outside, Ziggler just trying to get the roll-ups and the sneaky wins over Cena. Unbelievable match from these two. They both looked like they had a good shot at it. Ziggler took over on the outside after he got that sledgehammer involved and bloodied Cena a bit more. And the crowd is ecstatic here. They don't seem to care who wins. They just want to keep seeing these matches, ladies and gentlemen. There's that DDT through the table. But either way, Dolph Ziggler, huge win over John Cena. We've got one more Raw this month, and then they're getting their rematch at Over the Limit. And here is Ziggler after the match. They're back up in the ring. Ziggler, though, not going to leave like that. He's going to stomp out John Cena, and that's how we're going to go off the air tonight. If you like this video, by all means, leave a big fat like on it. And if you're new here and you like my universe mode and my storytelling, subscribe. We'll have a lot more. I'm not stopping this universe mode anytime soon. But until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye-bye.